The War Scroll, found in Qumran's Cave 1, is an ancient battle manual detailing a 49-year apocalyptic war between the sons of light, righteous believers, and the sons of darkness, likely Romans or corrupt rulers. It provides strategic formations, weapon guidelines, and divine rituals, portraying a cosmic struggle where angels and priests lead warriors into battle. Unlike biblical war narratives, this scroll is a military blueprint infused with religious prophecy, reflecting the Essenes' belief in an imminent divine war. Rejected from the Bible due to its radical, sectarian, and politically charged nature, it remains one of the most intense visions of spiritual warfare ever discovered. Was it prophecy, rebellion, or something in between? The Temple Scroll, found in Cave 11 at Qumran, presents an expanded version of the Torah's laws, specifically detailing the construction of an idealized temple and the rituals that should take place within it. It describes a utopian religious society with strict purity laws and worship practices, reflecting the Essenes' vision for a sacred community centered around a perfect temple. This scroll's alternative take on Mosaic law, along with its emphasis on temple worship and ritual purity, was deemed too radical for inclusion in the biblical canon, as it deviated significantly from the practices of mainstream Judaism and suggested a reformed, sectarian approach to temple life. The Temple Scroll offers a fascinating look at how some ancient Jewish groups imagined a divinely ordained society, highlighting the tension between sectarian ideals and the broader Jewish religious tradition. The Copper Scroll, discovered in Cave 3, is one of the most unique and mysterious of the Dead Sea Scrolls. Unlike the others, it's inscribed on copper, detailing a list of hidden treasures, specifically a vast amount of gold, silver, and sacred artifacts concealed in various locations. The scroll is written in a cryptic, almost code-like manner, leading to various interpretations. Some believe it's a literal treasure map, others think it's symbolic or mythical. Its exclusion from the biblical canon may stem from its more practical, treasure-seeking focus, rather than being a religious or spiritual text. Despite its enigmatic nature, the Copper Scroll has sparked endless speculation about buried riches and has become one of the most intriguing puzzles from the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Damascus document, found in both Cave 4 and Cave 5, outlines the strict laws and regulations followed by the Essene community, focusing on their covenant with God and their separation from other Jewish sections. The text criticizes the religious leaders of Jerusalem, referring to them as corrupt, and calls for a return to purity and righteousness. It's considered one of the key writings of the Qumran community, emphasizing purity rituals, communal living, and the strict adherence to the law. Its exclusion from the biblical canon likely stems from its sectarian, exclusionary nature, as it promotes a strict division between the righteous Essenes and the rest of the Jewish world, which was too radical for mainstream Jewish or Christian traditions. The Damascus document offers a window into the mindset of a group that felt isolated and in opposition to the broader religious practices of their time. The Book of Giants, found in Cave 1 and Cave 4, expands upon the narrative of the Watchers from the Book of Enoch, focusing on their offspring, the giants, who wreak havoc on the earth before being destroyed. The text describes the giants as having dreams of their impending doom, which are interpreted by a fallen angel, revealing their fate. This apocalyptic tale, which delves deeper into the myth of the Nephilim, was likely excluded from the Bible due to its mythological nature and its focus on supernatural beings that seemed too fantastical for both Jewish and Christian canonical texts. The Book of Giants highlights the blending of ancient folklore and religious beliefs, making it a significant but controversial part of the Dead Sea Scrolls. The Genesis Apocryphon, found in Cave 1, offers an expanded retelling of the Book of Genesis, adding rich details about the lives of patriarchs like Noah, Abraham, and Lamech. It provides new stories such as Abraham's divine protection and his interactions with angels, and delves into the biblical figures' deeper, often mystical experiences. The text's deviations from the canonical Genesis, its emphasis on angels and divine intervention, and its imaginative expansion of traditional stories likely led to its exclusion from Bible. Though not part of the official canon, the Genesis Apocryphon provides valuable insight into the Jewish interpretation and reinterpretation of foundational biblical stories, highlighting the diversity of thought in the ancient Jewish world. The Pesher Habakkuk, found in Cave 1, offers an interpretation of the Old Testament prophet Habakkuk's writings, presenting them as prophecies specifically about the contemporary situation of the Qumran community. It interprets the Chaldeans, Babylonians, as a symbol for evil rulers and corrupt forces in society, and frames the coming judgment as divine retribution. The text connects biblical prophecy directly to the struggles the Essenes believed they were facing, portraying themselves as the righteous few awaiting salvation. Its political and sectarian nature, alongside its direct reinterpretation of Scripture to fit the community's view, made it unsuitable for inclusion in the biblical canon. The Pesher Habakkuk provides a fascinating example of how a religious group could reshape prophetic writings to support their specific beliefs and social context. The community rule, found in Cave 1, is one of the most important texts among the Dead Sea Scrolls, outlining the strict rules and principles for life within the Qumran community, believed to be the Essenes. It describes how members should live, work, and worship, emphasizing purity, communal living, and strict obedience to the laws of God. The text also introduces the concept of a teacher of righteousness, a spiritual leader who is seen as divinely chosen to guide the community. Its sectarian nature, which demanded separation from mainstream Jewish practices, and its hierarchical structure, likely led to its exclusion from the Bible. The community rule provides a window into the intense religious fervor and isolationism of the Essenes, as well as their desire to create a pure, ideal community in preparation for the coming of Messiah. The Melchizedek Scroll, found in Cave 11, presents an interpretation of the mysterious figure Melchizedek, describing him not only as a priest-king, but as a messianic figure who will play a key role in the final judgment. The text portrays Melchizedek as a divine being who will lead a celestial army against the forces of darkness and deliver salvation to the righteous. It connects Melchizedek to prophecies from the Hebrew Bible, particularly the idea of divine judgment and the establishment of God's eternal kingdom. The scroll's messianic interpretation and its radical elevation of Melchizedek made it incompatible with traditional Jewish and Christian views, leading to its exclusion from the biblical canon. The Melchizedek Scroll offers a unique, apocalyptic view of salvation and judgment, showcasing the diversity of early religious thought surrounding the end of times. The Songs of the Sabbath Sacrifice, found in Cave 4, is a collection of mystical hymns describing angelic beings worshiping in the heavenly temple. The text depicts a ritual of cosmic worship, where angels sing praises to God on each of the 7 days of the week, with special significance given to the Sabbath. These songs are filled with symbolic imagery, portraying a celestial realm of spiritual purity and divine order. The scroll's mystical and apocalyptic nature, along with its focus on angelic worship rather than human rituals, set it apart from more grounded religious texts. Its exclusion from the biblical canon likely arose from its esoteric content and its heavy focus on angelology, which was considered too speculative for inclusion in the official religious texts of Judaism and Christianity. The Songs of the Sabbath Sacrifice offers a glimpse into the spiritual and mystical aspirations of some ancient Jewish groups, highlighting their belief in a heavenly order that mirrored earthly worship.